Morning, good morning. The awkward moment when you wait for somebody to come on. That's how it works. I don't wait too long. I'm an impatient person. So good morning to you. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. Is it June 12th, 11th? What is it? The 11th? Today's the 11th. Yeah, June 11th. Welcome to my backyard. I'm a little late on here this morning. I feel like every time I try to get outside, there's somebody, a mower or a blower going, and it's loud. And I know it's not going to be this nice for too long. It's going to get humid here. But anyway, you're not concerned about my backyard or the humidity or whether or not there's mowers. You want to hear the daily dose, and the daily dose, what it is. And when you come on here, let me know that you're here, whether you're catching this live or you're catching on the replay. It's a daily dose of encouragement. This week I've been in kind of more of a health mode because I think as a lot of people are coming out of quarantine, coming out of, the COVID lockdown, if you will, and in messaging and talking to people and neighbors, and one of the things that comes up, because I'm the coach, health coach, I was like, man, I put on some weight. I wasn't able to go to the gym, or I've just been sitting around. I've been lazy. Haven't been doing the things I need to be doing, so forth, so on. Hey, good morning, Melanie and Ashley. Good morning to you. And so I wanted to, this week, I've been inspired by that. And today I'm actually talk to you about really the only three options, because there's essentially only three options that you have for the extra weight you put on. Now, if you didn't put any weight on during the COVID lockdown or anything, and you're like right in lines with your health and you're on pace and you're in great shape, maybe even got in better shape, this message is not for you. But this message is for you if you were on lockdown for 8, 12 weeks, maybe even kind of feeling like a sloth. You put on weight, you snacked more, you drank more, you were lazy, your schedule is off, you're stressed out, there's lots of anxiety. I know all the things that cause people to put on weight, and the reality is there's going to be a lot of people coming out of this lockdown with extra weight, and you really have three options, and that's what I'm going to talk about today. So why am I going to talk about that? On a side note, just to give you the heads up, if you haven't watched, this is episode number 74. In fact, I have all these videos, even though they're on Facebook, they're also getting put on a YouTube. So I'm going to have those in an area instead of you having to scroll back through. And I'm going to post that where you can look at any of the episodes. The episodes are all titled. And if you like what I had to say, maybe it's not for you a couple of messages ago, but maybe you haven't seen or heard one. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to be able to go back and check those. I didn't just do this for like a one-time event. But to be honest with you, if it only helps one person, then my objective is complete, because the daily dose, what I started 74 episodes ago when we were kind of getting started in the lockdown, is realizing how many people were going to get discouraged right before weight got put on, just discouraged that businesses were closed and that people had to get stuck and their kids were at home. Gosh, that was like stressful enough to have 2 teenagers home and just life getting kind of thrown all upside down, right? And it seems like it's just been in a kind of downward spiral, if you will. But with that, there's a way to respond and a way to react. And you can react with all the other things that can easily lure you and pull you down and be discouraging, or that's why I'm coming on here to give you some encouragement. But for today, we're going to talk about the only three options, the three options that you have for the extra weight you put on. Now, okay, maybe it was 5 pounds, maybe it was 10 pounds, maybe it was 20, maybe you had 25 extra pounds going in to quarantine, and now it's doubled, and unfortunately, it's a hard thing to deal with. And I know you have three options. You're like, well, tell me the dang options, right? Well, I want to just set you up for why you need to continue to listen. I was actually walking to the beach this morning, and I'm fortunate to live close enough to the beach. And I even right now I didn't put on shoes yet today. There's my feet. They're not that pretty, but here we go. I didn't wear shoes, and I was walking the dog out to the beach, and maybe you saw the sunrise, and I stepped on a pebble, and it was like, oh, and usually I look at where I'm going. I'm kind of careful. I go on the sidewalk, but I just stepped, and the pebble went right in the middle of my heel, like literally right in the middle here. Now it's like, I didn't want to wake up neighbors, but it almost brought tears to my eyes. It hurt so bad. And I literally just stepped on it. It wasn't like I was running or jumping or anything. I just stepped on it. And I'm like, Mark, you fool, you know, you need to just be careful where you're walking. So what did I do? I made sure I was more careful when I was walking the rest of the beach. And you're like, what the heck does that have to do with the three options you have? Well, there's lots of options I can have. I can put on some flip-flops, right? But that's just not how I roll. And I can be more careful and look, right? Or I could just not walk down to the beach and do nothing and not enjoy the beautiful sunrise. Of course, those are my three options. And that really doesn't relate, but basically I wanted to share, because when I did that, I also was thinking about people losing weight, and like, really, there's three options. And, you know, I had three options when I was doing that. So your three options are this. The first one, and this is really just as I see it, so I hope you can relate. And again, if you didn't put on any weight, if your health is perfect, if everything's great and you've got the perfect body the way you want it, then again, you can move on with this message. You don't have to listen. But if you're, you know, anywhere out of the norm of a lot of people I've heard from, a lot of people I've talked to over the last couple of weeks who struggle to put on some extra weight, you know, during this lockdown. As I see it, with the three options. The first one, you can look for another quick fix. They're out there. There are endless numbers of quick fixes. I wrote some things down because I honestly almost took up all of my notes just writing things down. You can maybe, what to do with the extra weight. Option one, you can go and try a quick fix. You can buy some HCG, go to the doctor, get some HCG, get some fat loss pills, get some diet shakes. You can get some appetite suppressants. You can go to your doctor and get a tummy tuck, right? There's those surgeons out there. Get a tummy tuck, get some liposuction, get a lap band. Maybe you have more than 20 pounds. Maybe you've had 50 or 80 and now it just puts you over the top and you're like, oh, enough is enough. I'm going to get lap band surgery. And then just on a side, or gastric bypass, whatever you want to call it. Lap band, gastric bypass, whatever it's called nowadays, right? Those are all, and I say they're quick fixes because essentially they're quick fixes. And you're like, no, no, it's a quick fix because you will rapidly lose weight when you do that. And I can tell you, my wife, on a side note, works. I said a side note a couple times today. My wife she specializes in GI, and I can tell you the horror stories that she's told me about people that have come in with leaky guts and problems with their stomach. And she says it's one of the absolute worst things that you can do for yourself, regardless of how much weight you have, because she's seen train wrecks come in. Now, she works for the #1 hospital in the country, Mayo Clinic, and whether you want to dispute that or not, she has in the GI department. She's been doing that for 5 years. She's been a nurse practitioner for now over 20 years. She knows a thing or two. So that's just there. So you got option one. Option one is the quick fix, right? Hey, Claire. Hey, Vinny. Hey, Heidi. Appreciate you for being on here. Thank you. Thank you for watching. I want to make sure that I acknowledge Jeanette and Leslie. Appreciate you. Thank you. Listen, if you find this valuable, pass this on to a friend after. Maybe you have somebody who's thinking about gastric bypass. Trust me, it's not even a last resort, honestly. You got to do everything and anything other than that. Trust me, you don't want to. In fact, I even worked with several people that have had the bypass, and it's a hard thing. So moving on. So that's one. You can look for a quick fix. There's tons of them out there. Go pick. Do your cleanses and your shakes, and you can fast for 5 days and think that that's going to work. But that's one option. And the reason why I say that is first because I would say not even if, when you did them before, where did it end you up? It ended you up in the same place you started. And actually, a lot of people who do them, and they won't admit, and I will because I'm the coach, and I've heard horror stories from people who have done those quick fixes. And they're ruining their bodies. And not only that, they not only put the weight back on as soon as they stop those quick fixes, as soon as they stop, they put the weight back on. And the worst part is they typically put more weight on because their body's so jacked up from doing some sort of quick fix like I had mentioned above. And if you're coming on, we only did one. So that's option one. So you have that option. That's the first. And as I see it, that's the first option. I want to share that with you. But you kind of know where that ends up. Now, your second option, as I see it, is second option for what you have for the extra weight that you put on during the lockdown. The second option is that you can do absolutely nothing. Do nothing. Put on 20 pounds? So what? I already have 20 pounds on. Let's just leave it at another 20 pounds. You can do absolutely nothing. You just come out of it like it never came on your body. And then you can deal with an extra 20 pounds on your body for another year or another 2 or 5 or 10 years. And you can let that extra 20, 30, whatever amount of pounds, probably 20 or more, definitely more than in the holidays, right? And you can let that weight stay on your body, and you can let that put more wear and tear on your joints. You can let that put more of a hardship on your internal system. You can let that get your confidence way down even more before. It can make you even more depressed, maybe even make you more anxious. It can make you even go towards more food. You hear this. This is something that happens. The people that gain weight, they turn to food as a soothing mechanism, as a way to fill the void from not feeling good about themselves. And where does that end up? Putting more weight on. So you can do nothing, and that could actually turn into you putting more weight on and getting yourself in more out of shape and more overweight. And where is that going to lead you to? I know, I'm going to tell you, because I'm going to be flat out honest with you. It could lead you to bigger problems. It could lead you to heart failure. It can lead you to cholesterol and blood pressure problems. It can lead you to diabetes. Let me just say this too. I had a conversation with somebody who's doing really, really awesome on my Lean Body Breakthrough coaching program, my one-on-one coaching program that I have. And if you're interested in that, we can talk about it. But I had a guy I worked with about 5 months ago. I shared a success a little while ago, and we had a conversation. And he told me, and it really brought up a memory of when I was in a nursing home. And people have diabetes. You know what happens, right? When you have diabetes and it's not managed and you're overweight and you're out of shape and you let it go, is I'll tell you what happened, because I worked in a nursing home where I saw it firsthand. This was back in college. It was really hard. And I saw people that would go out for the doctor's visits, like outside appointments, and people with diabetes in a wheelchair, not active, still not taking care of themselves, come back and they have a toe missing. They had a toe removed. I'm just being flat out honest with you. And then they go away like a few weeks later, a few months later. It gets worse, progressively worse. Next thing you know, you got a couple more toes missing, maybe a couple fingers, typically in the feet, legs. Next thing you know, problems, diabetes makes it hard. Your system gets taxed really hard. Next thing you know, the lower part of their leg is missing. Well, their foot or their leg is removed. They had to remove it, because what that does is it starts to basically die when you have diabetes, diabetes, right? Kind of slowly dying. Is that if it's not controlled, then next thing you know, they start removing limbs. And that's like, I don't know. I don't think anybody wants that to happen, right? So anyway, that's doing absolutely nothing can lead you down that road. So of course, that's one option, and that's certainly the second and of two options. And you're like, okay, what's the third option then? Well, the third option is not doing a quick fix and not doing anything about it. Something that is going to provide you a solution. Because here's the thing. The problem most people thinking about, and I hear this all the time, I'm still trying to lose weight. So it's really exhausting. And I can't imagine for you, if you sound like this person, it's exhausting. Now you were working on the 30 pounds that you put on, that were already on your body, and now you're thinking of the 20 pounds that you put on audition, and you're exhausted. Like, it's exhausting. Like, it's something that you're just tired of losing weight. And I say, well, I get into 3 is, the only way to do that is realize you're not just trying to lose weight. You're trying to lose the weight and keep it off. I'm going to say that like 3 more times. How amazing would it be for you to learn how to lose the weight and keep it off? Can you imagine if you are one of those people that struggle with your weight? And there's a lot, trust me. And even in my health and fitness journey, there was a time where I struggled with weight. In fact, it's not just natural to me to stay in shape. It takes a lot of work. I'm not like one of those guys who are just gifted physically to be able to be in good shape and work out a few times. I've been busting my ass at it for the past 25 years. And it's still hard. I look at pizza and I put on 5 pounds. Can you feel me on that? So the third option for your choices of what you do is to actually find a solution. So how do you find a solution? Well, typically it requires finding somebody that's already done it already. Find somebody that's already done it. Well, and I'm not talking somebody that's had some success on keto, worked out hard in CrossFit for a little while. I don't think anybody's doing that anymore, on a side note. I said side note again. Fat loss pills. Oh, I lost all this weight. You get excited for somebody that has that success, but ask them if they kept it off for 5 years. Find somebody that's had a sustainable approach. The sustainability of losing weight is getting it off and being able to keep it off. So why am I saying that? Because that's what I do for people. That's what I've been doing for people for a number of years, and I've been doing it in my Lean Body Breakthrough Coaching Program. Is not a quick fix. It's not to say, hey, you can lose weight. Well, you can lose weight quick, but my objective is not for you to lose weight quick and then to put the freaking weight back on. It's for you to lose the weight and build the kind of habits and lifestyle that you need so you never, ever, ever have to put a worry at all about the weight being put on. And how much freedom is that? Can you imagine if you've been struggling for your weight for years and years and you could have the freedom to not have to worry about your weight? Like that truly is, that's the option number 3. Now, which one do you think is going to be the easiest for you? I'm going to leave you with that. Again, I told you this week is about health and fitness. A lot of it I've been inspired because I've been hearing a lot of people's stories and challenges and struggles coming out of this lockdown. And, you know, besides even being worried about going into maybe a gym or just in general, now their schedules are back kind of like to full schedules and work schedules. And they had the time before and they weren't able to get in shape. In fact, they put weight on and they had time before to focus on their nutrition. And now things are back to busy, right? And no time for me. Well, I can tell you that there's options. There's 3 options. You have basically 3 options. As I see it, you have 3 options. A quick fix. And we talked about where that leads up, where that ends you up. That's one option. You can certainly go that way. Second option, do nothing at all about it. And you know where that'll end up. In fact, that'll end up worse. We talked about the diabetes. And again, you may not be that person, but chances are it ain't going to get easier because you're going to get older. Life's going to move on. And doing nothing is going to mean you chose to do nothing, which your body is going to end up choosing something else for you. And that's not usually favorable. So that's choice number 2. And then choice 3 is actually to find something that's going to give you the freedom to be able to take weight off and to lose it forever. And that's what I provide. That's what my program, my Lean Body Breakthrough Program provides. This is not me trying to sell you because I can be completely honest. I'm not looking for more clients. I'm looking for success stories. I'm looking for people that don't want to simply lose some weight. I'm not looking for people that just want a meal plan and a workout program. I'm not looking for that anymore. I've been doing this too long. I know people just looking for a nutrition plan and a workout plan. You can go get that crap for free online. It's no problem. You can go do any of those quick fixes if you want to lose weight. But if you truly want to change your life around, if you truly want to learn what you need to do and have the accountability and structure and plan in place, that's truly the third option to me. I mean, of course, I'm biased towards it, but it's only because I've seen the life-changing transformations in people that don't have to lose weight anymore because they've actually found the solution, something that's flexible, sustainable, and they can live the rest of their life not having to lose weight. That sounds like an easy solution, then you and I might need to get on a call. We need to jump on a phone call. Like I said, my program's not the right fit for everyone. I totally know that. But if you're serious about making some life changes, if you want to get this weight off and get the weight off from COVID, maybe get the weight off from before that, and you are looking for like a permanent solution and you're serious, like, listen, don't even reach out to me if you're not serious, because this is my job. This is something that I'm very passionate about. This is also my livelihood. This is not something that's cheap. It isn't cheap. You can't be the cheap and the best. And I'm working on being the best. In fact, I think, and I would say, I would probably consider myself one of the best out there. Not the only one, but definitely one of the best. And why do I do that? It's because I'm investing in every single personal client that comes into my program to make sure that they don't ever have to take that weight off ever again once we do it together. So anyway, that's all I have. I hope this is encouraging. You have 3 options. Obviously it's your choice to make any of those 3 options. If you want option 3, which to me is the easiest choice, but it's up to you to decide that, you and I need to have a call. We need to get on a call and we need to talk about this. That's all I got. Hope you have a great day, blessed day, and a wonderful day, just as I mentioned earlier today in the sunrise. Take care and God bless. We'll see you.